New York's Governor Andrew Cuomo leads his re-election race by 20 points, according to one recent poll. So much of the talk in this campaign focuses on what he may do next. The Democrat learned about political power at an early age. His father is a liberal icon, three-term New York Governor Mario Cuomo. But Andrew Cuomo's first run for office ended in a humbling collapse. It was followed by a very public divorce from daughter of Robert Kennedy. He covers it all in his new memoir out today. It is called All Things Possible, Setbacks and Success in Politics and Life. I spoke with Governor Cuomo at his New York City office for his first national broadcast interview about the book.
I had a blessed youth in many ways. And then my career was doing great. I was in Washington. I was one of the youngest cabinet secretaries. I was in the White House. I was flying around on Air Force One. Everything was great. And then it seemed
Married
like
to a Kennedy?
Yeah. It seemed like one day I woke up and all of a sudden everything was terrible. It was living my nightmare. I came back, came to New York after a great time in Washington, and I ran for office, the same office that my father held with distinction for 12 years, and it was a disaster.
You had to withdraw.
Right.
In his book, Governor Andrew Cuomo documents his rise and fall in politics and in life, including his unsuccessful bid for governor in 2002, and a year later, his separation from wife Carrie Kennedy. You didn't want a divorce.
No.
And you believed that you could work it out. You knew you had problems, as many marriages have problems.
You know, denial is a powerful force. And I just literally blotted it out. I was sure that I could fix it. I was always, up until that point, I had always been successful in fixing things, and I was going to fix this. And my wife at the time kept saying, I want a divorce, but I just couldn't hear it. And it became real when a reporter said, I'm reporting on it, it's going to be in the newspaper.
You knew what a politician was like from your father and his life, because he was a politician, away from home at crucial times for you. And do you repeat that yourself if you're a politician? So you're not there and you're distracted and you're not devoting as much time to home as you probably do now.
I did repeat it early on, and that was a mistake. My girls were born while I was in Washington. I was in the Clinton cabinet, and we were working all the time. I took too much time from my family. I took too much time from my marriage, and I paid for it. I have not made that mistake the second time around. And
How do you know?
Because I have spent so much time with my daughters that they say, please go to work. Please, don't you have something to do? You're a governor. Can't you please find something to do and leave us alone? Yeah.
Governor Cuomo also has a 9-year relationship with Sandra Lee of television's Food Network. To find another woman helps you to come to grips with what happiness is as well.
Yes.
Now running for a second term as governor, Andrew Cuomo is reestablishing a family dynasty in New York politics, though he's had to get used to criticism of his leadership style.
Well, you micromanage.
Yes,
you
they say
should
that too.
Delegate more.
Right, and you're not very transparent. They say.
I know. I know.
And they say you don't suffer fools, and
Yeah.
and you're not.
You push too hard.
Yeah.
You micromanage.
Yes.
And yeah.
All of that. You
Yes.
plead guilty or not guilty?
You can't have one without the other. I plead guilty. I work very hard.
You know, if you say to people, if there's something about Andrew Cuomo you don't like, Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, says, it is only because I am the way I am that we've had the success we have. That's what you say.
Yes, I believe that. I believe that. No, I'm not sitting on a beach in the south of France saying, go ahead, guys, you run it, good luck,
Yeah.
I'm a delegator.
Yeah, but I mean, that's where you come from. That's your tradition.
That's who I am. It's what I told the people of this state.
Of course, he's up for re-election.
Yeah.
Do you think he runs for president?
I think he would like to be president. I think it's in his blood. I think, we talked about his father, who made a decision on the tarmac not to enter the New Hampshire primary, and many people thought he would, and he was a front runner at that time. Clearly, he thinks about it, and it's in his blood. He also talked about some of the political issues, the moral commission that he had, after creating, had canceled. and he was embarrassed by that and the way it was perceived. So
Charlie,
he's an
remind
interesting
me,
man.
had his father written a book?
He has, yes.
I mean, before, what I'm getting at is, do you write a book because you're thinking about your future in the White House?
Yeah.
Frequently, people who do, it becomes the campaign narrative. You know, I mean, Hillary Clinton just wrote a book, by the way, you know, about her previous 4 years.
Sure.
What's interesting is the relationship between the two of them. They still talk all the time, yet they're very different people.
Yeah, great interview.
Thank you.
Great interview.